Okay, ready to go. Yes. What's that? All right, how do I show it's a trapezoid? First step, what formulas am I going to need here? Slope formulas, yes. And I am going to find the slope of all four. Why am I finding the slope of all four and just not two of them that I know are parallel? Because not only do you have to show a pair of opposite sides parallel, what about the other pair? Not parallel. All right, you got to show the other pair not parallel, so let's do that. Okay, so let's go slope of RS, slope of UT. Slope of ST, and slope of our UT, got it, RU. Okay, RS, let's do this. RS, up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1/2 for RS. TU, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 12, so that's also 1/2. ST, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3. That's a negative 5/3. And RU, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 8/3. Okay, all good. What did we just learn? Tell me one thing we've learned, because we're going to write two things we've learned. One thing we've learned from step no 1. RS parallel to TU because slopes are equal. What else did we learn that's going to play into being a trapezoid specifically? Marin? RU not parallel to ST because slopes are not equal. All right, now I can say in step 3, this is RSTU is a trapezoid. What would be a good reason why it's a trapezoid? RSTU is a trapezoid because one pair of opposite sides parallel and other pair are not, or something of that nature. Doesn't have to be that specific wording. And I hate to break it to you, but do I need any more formulas to show it's not a parallelogram? I don't really. Do I really want it? Could you bust out distance or midpoint? You could, but what did we already do? We already did the slopes, and we already said which lines are parallel and which lines aren't. So can't we just say RSTU is not a parallelogram? And what's a good reason? Based on the work we just did. RSTU is not a parallelogram because? Go ahead, Victoria. It's your show.
Because the opposites, both pairs, because the opposite sides are not, one pair of opposite sides is parallel, while the other is not.
There you go. One opposite sides are not parallel. Yep. Okay. All good? Next up, what do you got for me? Hi, Emily.
Can you do a point slope?
What do you mean? Leave your answer in point slope, or the equation's already in point slope? So leave your answer in point slope? Yeah, you got it. I'm just going to have to make this one up. It's just quicker than trying to find it in the packet. So write an equation in point slope form. of a line. You pick, Emily. Parallel or perpendicular? Okay. Of a line parallel to 2y equals negative 3x plus 8. And going through, give me a point, Emily, random point. And going through, you got it. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It could be the sloppiest of fractions we've ever seen. But we have templates that handle it, so. All right, so the first thing we probably should go over is what is point slope form? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Actually, it's not going to be that bad if we're going to leave it in point slope. What do you end up plugging in for? Y1, m, and x1. M is, you guys know, is the what? Slope. X1 and Y1 is a point on the line. Okay, X1, Y1 point on the line does not have to be the y-intercept. All right, first thing we got to work on is what's the slope of this line? No, not negative 3. It's got to be in y equals form before you identify the slope. So what do I still have to do? I have to divide both sides by 2. So the y equals form is y equals negative 3 halves x plus 4. All right, what's the slope of this line now? Negative 3 over 2. Emily chose to say the lines are parallel, so what's going to be the slope of my new line? Also negative 3 over 2 because slopes are equal for parallel lines. Okay, let me switch the problem. What if I said perpendicular? What would be my slope I plug in? Positive 2/3. All right, so let's stick with the parallel. Here we go. Y, what's the y coordinate of a line, of a point on this line? So y minus 8 equals, our slope was what? Negative 3 over 2, x minus 5. That is in point slope form. Now, is it easy to go from point slope to slope intercept? Yes. What do you want me to do with the negative 3 halves? Distribute the negative 3 halves and do what with the 8? Add it over, then it's in y equals slope intercept form. Good there, Emily? Okay, there's point slope. Excuse me. Others? Yep. Okay, that's a great question. Because I don't want to waste your time on simple ones. I don't know how many they're going to be, but all right, you guys can take over. Because not only, let me just give a little bit more detailed explanation than what Maya just said. I may not ask you to do a certain construction, but there might be a multiple choice where I say, here's a construction, what did I construct? Okay, so you still got to know everything. All right, still got to know it. I may not ask you to physically take a compass and straight edge and do it, but I may do it for you and say, which construction did we just do? So you guys go ahead. What could be on the table here asking to construct? Copy an angle. Bisect an angle. Copy a segment. No, not on an honors midterm. No. Perpendicular bisector, yes. Oh, we got a lot more, kids. Not even sniffing yet. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's a whole that's a lot of work to do that. It's a lot of work to remember how to do it and to do it, but so we're not putting it on. Okay, so you could save yourself time by not worrying about anything with the triangle. Or making a triangle anyway. Got a lot more here. Midpoint. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Midpoint is a good one. All right, but it's the same construction as perpendicular bisector because it'll go through the midpoint. All right, so I'm just going to add a sub one, which is this will find you the midpoint. All right, let's keep going on that one. If it finds you the midpoint, what will it do in the triangle? It'll do the median, yes. Oh, yeah. How about altitude? Well, if I need to do an altitude, I need to construct a, what type of line? Perpendicular line. Here, let's get more specific. Perpendicular line through a point not on the line. That's the happy or the sad face. All right, let's keep building, Buster. Let's keep building. If I'm going to have you construct the median, you can find me. Let's say I do two medians. They're going to intersect at where? Well, we got a little work to do, but it's fine. We got a couple more days. Centroid. Again, we just said this will get you the altitude. And I already told you yesterday orthocenter's not on there, so I'm not going to write orthocenter. Angle bisectors. What will that lead you to? In center, yep. Ooh, look at this, perpendicular. Look how powerful this bad boy is. If I do two perpendicular bisectors, that's the circumcenter, yep. One construction, look what it leads to. You just got to know how to use it. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to think myself. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Because I know it's on the midterm, and if we try to guess anything else, it's not going to be on there. Okay. Good question. Very good question there. Led to a lot of things we got to know, huh? I believe all of which are on that YouTube channel that Miss Venezi and I created. So, what's that?
Does that mean you won't go over a bisecting in English?
Here, I'll without the compass. Ready? Compass point. Make the arc.
Yeah.
Compass point. Compass point. There's your angle bisector. So compass, arc, drawing it right through. I told you two you're going to have to do by your hand, right? Two with the compass. Did I tell you that? I told you part 4 was an involved one, right? And then there's going to be another one I'm going to have you do. And again, well, like I said at the beginning when I asked your question, I could ask a multiple choice of, hey, here's the diagram. What did I just do? Okay. Anything else here? Keep going. Going. We're all good. There's nothing I'm hiding from you, that's for sure. Ava.
If you're proving on a coordinate graph an isosceles triangle,
Yep.
you have to prove that two are like the same distance and then the third one's not the same.
No, you just need to find two, because if the third one is the same, I know it's equilateral, but equilateral is also an isosceles triangle. Okay, so just 2 would be fine. Yep, 2 would be fine. Yep. Anything else? A lot of quadrilateral properties I'm looking at. Slope, distance, midpoint, all used within the first 2 parts already. Simplest radical form I went over yesterday. Yep. Yeah, it's a midterm. Yeah, right in my hands here. I don't know what the big deal is. What? Yeah, I am. It does say honors geometry on the top of the sheet. What? This year's midterm, yep. Yep, Maya, go ahead. Sure. You got to copy it down, though, because I don't have any in the packet. All right, question was a proof with HL. There's not, no. I've made this up in 2 other classes, so. Not in your packet, no. Everybody, I'm making this up right now. It is located nowhere in your packet. Give you guys if you want to. Yeah. An angle symbol? I would have to go a point because I can't do half points on the midterm. All right. Now, if you forget like a segment or something, that's fine. But angle, because here's the problem I have with people who, like, let's just say you write ABC. Could that be an angle? Maybe. Could also be a line segment. Could also be a line. So that's why I need the symbol with it. All right. Hi, Sarah. I don't care if you mix and match. That doesn't bother me one bit. All right, you ready to go? I think I mentioned already, yes, you are allowed to bring highlighters, colored pencils to the midterm if you please to use. All right, so I'm trying to get those 2 overlapping triangles congruent to each other. I do know that these diagonals are congruent. Okay, I do know those diagonals are congruent, but that's it. I do give you perpendicular lines, and we know they form right angles, so I'll put that in my proof that angle BAD and angle CDA are right angles. Is there any other sides or angles you could give me? I got a reflexive side, Molly, AD. Okay, so let's first discuss why would I need to dive into HL here. All right, let me draw triangle BAD out of the diagram. What sides have we marked already? Okay, I got the right angle. What sides are also known? AD was reflexive and BD was given to us. So that's what I have on that triangle. Is that right angle in between those 2 sides? No. And there's no such thing as side-side angle. All right, never will be. 20 weeks in, still not. All right, and it's not side angle side because the right angle's not in between. But it is what type of triangle? A right triangle. And what's this side known as across from the right angle? That's your hypotenuse, and this is your leg. That is why I can use HL. All right, HL can be used here. Now, next thing. You do not need to say the right angles are congruent if you're using HL. Can you? Yes, that's fine. It's not incorrect, but you don't need to. But you do need one key piece in there if you're going to use HL. Yes. And the other one is as well. All right, so triangle BAD and triangle, what's the other one? CDA are right triangles. That has to be in there before you write down HL. And anybody know the reason why they're right triangles? What do they have? Right triangles have right angles. And then you could say, yes, these are congruent by HL. Now, I don't know if somebody's a little timid right now and doesn't want to say it, but I got in one of my other classes, well, why can't you use side angle side? Because these are congruent. It's not a rect. Did I say it was a rectangle? No, so can't assume that. Okay, I do not know those sides are congruent. All right, that's all I know. So everyone see the HL there. It is the fifth and unfortunately the most forgotten way of proving triangles congruent. Anything else we want to touch upon? You want to ask? Should I worry about this topic? Should I study this? Or usually halves of equal quantities pops up every year. Don't worry about it. Okay, won't show up. Anything else? Hi, Sarah. Okay, there's a difference between the word justify and the word explain. Justify is the work you show is fine. Okay, like the algebra and anything else. When it says explain, you got to write a sentence or two why you set up the equation like you did. Like, why did you set these two equal? Why did you add them up and set them equal to 180? Explain is I need to see some words on the paper. Okay, justify, the algebra is good enough. Good enough. Anything else? Nope, will not show up there. If you end up writing that down, we got issues. Okay, we have issues. Anything else? Last call. You got another day tomorrow? Okay, go ahead, grind away here. Grind away. Let's not crowd around the door, please. As you know, let's use all our time up.